Intelligence is a historical, informational, and epistemic process through which data is transformed into knowledge, strategy, and power. It begins from the idea that information is power and argues that intelligence has acquired increasing importance in modern societies because it supports decision-making, prediction, security, and competitive advantage. Intelligence is described not merely as espionage, but as a complex cycle of gathering, processing, analyzing, synthesizing, transmitting, and storing information. This process is connected with information science, information systems, information management, knowledge representation, and the philosophy of information. Information science is a discipline concerned with collecting, classifying, storing, retrieving, and disseminating information, while also taking into account the human and systemic dimensions of information use. The philosophy of information is invoked to clarify the conceptual foundations of information, its dynamics, and its applications. Ontologies, knowledge representation, logic, and formal systems are tools that help organize knowledge and support reasoning in intelligence activities. Information systems are also presented as communication and decision support systems that connect data, people, procedures, technologies, and institutional purposes. Sun Tzu is an early theorist of intelligence, emphasizing the need to know both oneself and the enemy, and identifying roles such as secret agents, penetration agents, and agents of misinformation. Chanakya's Arthashastra is also an early systematic treatment of intelligence gathering and state security. Other historical examples include the use of spies by King David IV of Georgia and the Aztec use of traders and diplomats for espionage. In early modern Europe, Francis Walsingham is identified as a pioneer of modern espionage methods in Elizabethan England. The 18th and 19th centuries brought a major expansion of organized intelligence activities, especially in France, Britain, the United States, Austria, Germany, Italy, Russia, and other powers. During the American Revolution, George Washington developed an effective espionage system, while later military and state intelligence services became increasingly permanent and institutionalized. By the First World War, major powers had developed sophisticated structures for training spies, collecting intelligence, conducting sabotage, spreading propaganda, and intercepting communications. New methods such as aerial reconnaissance and radio interception transformed intelligence work during the war. The perception of intelligence as power intensified dramatically during the Second World War. Intelligence agencies expanded, specialized organizations were created, and intelligence became central to military planning, sabotage, counterintelligence, and deception. The British SOE trained spies and saboteurs, while the American OSS brought together academics and experts to analyze the German war effort. Counterintelligence also became crucial, with MI5 and the FBI turning German spies into double agents and using disinformation to mislead Nazi Germany. During the Cold War, intelligence was dominated by the confrontation between the Soviet Union and the West, with Western agencies focusing especially on Soviet military capabilities and intentions. After the Cold War, however, the security environment changed, and intelligence services had to adapt from monitoring known state adversaries to confronting diffuse and harder to identify non-state threats. The attacks of September 11, 2001 marked a decisive shift, making strategic terrorism and the prevention of mass attacks central concerns for intelligence communities. Globalization, mobility, and technology increased the capacities of non-state actors and complicated traditional intelligence models. Governments in developed countries responded by expanding intelligence budgets and treating intelligence agencies as essential components of national security systems. Contemporary intelligence agencies are expected to identify threats, inform decision-makers rapidly and accurately, and anticipate future conflicts or dangers. In the United States, this role is carried out by a large intelligence community, including agencies such as the CIA and NSA, coordinated after September 11th through the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Overall, intelligence is an evolving epistemic system that links information, knowledge, institutional organization, technology, and power across history.